Hi, I'm Deb, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Yoga Bites with Deb. I haven't done a video in a very long time as my circumstances have changed and I don't have the availability to record anymore. But I appreciate all of you so much, and I had a request to do a longer video. So I've done a video that's about just over 35 minutes long, I think. And it's similar to a class I teach with my seniors called Stretch and Restore. So very gentle. I rolled out my nice blanket to be nice and comfy. We hold the poses for longer. We breathe deeply into them. And we use props. So hopefully you have a block, but it's not necessary. You can even have a pillow, a sturdy pillow. It's just for some support. Or to raise the ground. And a strap. We use a strap in this class. It's helpful. You can use something similar like a tie or rope or whatever you have. But if you don't have one, you can do the stretches without a strap. But again, we're trying to be as relaxed and comfortable in this class as possible. So as many props as you have, gather some pillows, make yourself super comfortable. And I hope you join me lying on your back. Come onto your back. Extend your legs out nice and long. And we're going to begin in banana pose. So we're going to walk our legs over to the right side of our mat. If it feels good, you could cross left ankle over the right. And if you're feeling a lot of sensation on this left side, you can stay here. Or we're going to shift our head and shoulders to the right as well, making that banana shape. Your hands can rest wherever's comfortable. Maybe they're by your sides. Maybe you like to extend them out at shoulder level. My favorite is to extend them above me. I take my right hand just below my left wrist, and it's like I'm gently drawing my arms over to the right side, and then I let them rest. Very important that they can rest. So my left arm is actually rested on my headrest. So if you're noticing my shoulder doesn't look like it's resting, it is resting. So just as long as you're relaxed, perhaps you'd like to close your eyes here, and let's just focus on our breath. Inhaling through the nostrils, filling up our lungs fully so our chest, our ribs, our belly all expand, and then exhale and gently release as you sink into your mat. Focusing on the left side of the body, so expanding through the rib cage on the left side. One more great big breath. Maybe sigh it out. And then release the arms, uncross the legs, slowly make your way back to center. Interlace your fingers, turn the palms up, stretch the arms up and overhead, a nice full body stretch. Inhale, you could point your toes. Exhale, you could flex your feet. And then release and walk those legs over to the left side, maybe crossing that right ankle over the left. You want your hips nice and level, so you don't want to lean on one side. And then if you're moving your head and shoulders to the left side, and whatever you want to do with those arms again, as long as they're relaxed. Close your eyes again. Focus solely on your breath. Long, slow, deep inhales and exhales. Noticing how we're stretching out that right side. The ribs are pulling away from the hip bone. And we'll take one more big inhale and just sigh it out. And slowly make your way back to center. This time you're going to bend your knees and we're going to take our feet about as wide as our mat. So I have a nice blanket on top of my mat, but I'm finding the edges of my mat. And then we're going to just gently drop our knees from side to side. Nice, slow, relaxed movement. And then bring those knees up to center, walk those feet in. Let's take our right foot and flex it, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. And we'll gently draw the belly in, drop those knees to the left. If it's available, left hand holds on to that right ankle, and then you push that right knee away from your body. Some people might prefer to just take their left hand and push the thigh away. That's easier for you, that's fine. And then again, your right arm can do whatever you want. I like to stretch it beside my ear. Just let it relax. Just make sure this top knee is not falling in towards your body. You want to push it away. And then we want to focus on that breath, slow, deep breaths. One more nice inhale. Sigh it out. Lower your arm down, bring your leg up to center. And then we can hold here, pushing that right thigh away from us, maybe with our right hand. Or we could use some props. You could grab your block, belly's drawn in, lift the left foot up and place the foot on top of the block. And that might deepen sensations. You can hold there. Or you might lift the foot right off the block and take your hands, or if you can't quite reach it, grab for a strap and wrap the strap around your thighs as you pull your left leg towards you and push your right thigh away from you. So using any props that would help you, because we want to be relaxed in our posture. So maybe you can grab hold of your thigh with your hands, but you're kind of straining. Maybe you need to lift your head up. You can't rest your head down. A little pillow is helpful too, so that you can stay relaxed and still reach your legs. And then we just focus on the breath. Sometimes we move a little side to side. Sometimes I add some circles. So whatever feels good. We're exploring, right? How does our body feel? We're targeting here the outer hip and buttock area of that right side. So sometimes we tend to lean to the right. If we push over to the left a little bit, you might get more sensation. And then we hold here and just focus on the breath. However, if you wanted to move the entire time while you're breathing, that's fine too. And then from here, I'm going to release my hands. I'm going to hold on to, with my right hand, either my foot or my ankle, and lower that left foot down. I'm going to remove the prop because we don't need it. And we're going to come into half happy baby. So bring the knee wider than your hips, lift the foot up. Some people won't be able to reach the foot. They'll hold on to their shin or behind their thigh. And then with your left leg, you could let it just drop out to the side. So maybe that block could prop your left knee up. And take a couple breaths here. So it's a half happy baby and a half butterfly pose. And then we're going to slowly release. And then let's go to the other side. Let's take our left foot, flex it, left ankle over the right thigh. My belly's always gently drawn in. We want that core support. And then we drop the knees over to the right. Maybe the right hand holds onto the ankle as you push the knee away, or maybe your hand just pushes the thigh away. And then whatever you want to do with this left arm as we focus on the breath. Take note of, where you feel most of the sensation when we're in this shape, right? For me, it's always right at the crease of my hip. I seem to have a lot of tension there. So I'm just sort of mentally directing the breath there as if I could breathe there and just let it soften. I'm going to lower my arm down. I'm going to bring my leg back to center, and you can hold here, pushing the thigh away. You could put a block underneath your right foot or lift the right foot off the mat. You could use a strap or your hands to wrap around the right thigh. So we're pulling the right thigh towards us. Push the left thigh away from you. So sometimes people get confused and they wrap their hands around the left thigh and pull it towards them because it's probably easier to reach, but we want to push that away because we're taking away that sensation. We're targeting this outer hip buttock area. If you're pulling it towards you, you won't feel much. You got to push it gently away from you. And then again, if you want to add a little movement, especially to begin, finding an appropriate place to maybe hold still. Or maybe it just feels nice to add this movement and stay moving. We're using this time to get connected with our own bodies. Making sure we stay as relaxed as possible in this class today. So you don't want to overstrain, say, oh, I know I can grab my hands around my thigh, and then find that you're straining and there's tension in your muscles. Can you soften your muscles and do this? And then we're transitioning into that half happy baby, half butterfly pose. So either left hand holds onto your left foot or ankle or back of the thigh. Release the right foot down to the mat, and you could keep the knee where it is or just gently let it drop out to the side. And if you like, you can slide your block underneath your knee for support. And then we're going to release and let go. We're going to reach for our strap if we have it, and let's wrap it around our right foot. Drawing that belly in, let's extend the leg up. So heel up, toes towards you. I mean, again, we don't have to feel anything crazy. We just want to feel a stretch through the back of the leg. If you don't have a strap, your hands can just go behind your calf or behind your thigh, whatever's easier to hold on to. And you just think of flexing the foot, push the heel up and gently pull those toes down. with or without the strap. And then see, can you spread those toes apart? And we're going to hold on to the strap in our right hand only. And we're going to let the leg come wider, come out to the right, but continue to pull it up towards you. Instead of letting it go far away from you, can you pull it up towards you as you let it go out to the side? And really stretch that inner thigh. And then again, this left side, you want to keep the hip anchored. You can keep it anchored here, or you could let the knee open wider, and that'll just naturally keep your pelvis kind of neutral here. And then we're going to lift everything up, straighten out the left leg, extend out the right arm as we grab the strap in our left hand. With our belly gently drawn in, we start to cross the leg over our body. And we can go into a twist, lift the hip up, but you want to keep your shoulders down. And you might choose to look over your right shoulder, so the opposite direction of where the leg is going. And belly's in. Let's slowly, slowly lift up, lift up, lift up. Let's lift this left foot up, place it in the strap, lower the right foot down. So heel up, toes towards you, spread those toes apart. Trying to keep your shoulders, your face, your jaw nice and relaxed. And then grabbing the strap with the left hand, let the leg go wider, but keep pulling it up. And then maybe let the knee also go wider. Now, if you didn't have a strap here, I recommend holding on to the outer edge there with your hand. My elbow rests on the mat, and then my hand is just supporting the leg rather than just let it go by itself. And then we bring everything up, straighten that right leg, switch hands, extend the left arm out. And we're going to cross over into our twist. I forgot to mention, if you don't have a strap, you might prefer bending your knee to cross into the twist. So it's your choice. Keep the shoulders rested. Slowly lift up. Release the strap. Let's let the strap go. Let's gently roll to one side. Tuck your chin in. Draw the belly in as we bring ourselves up. And let's do some seated postures. So we're going to start in our butterfly pose with the soles of the feet together. The knees drop out to either side. And I'm going to start with some seated cat-cow. So holding on maybe to your ankles here. We're going to inhale, lift the chest up, maybe gaze up. Exhale, draw the belly in, round the spine as you lean back. And we're moving that spine. Maybe, again, I invite you to close your eyes as often as it feels comfortable. And we just go inwards. How does our body feel? Let's check out that spine as we move it. Moving with our breath. Inhaling as we're lifting up and squeeze those shoulder blades back, and exhale as we're rounding forward. We're going to lengthen up. I'm going to take my right leg and extend it out. So if you want to mirror me, you would take your left. We take my hand on the inside of the leg, the opposite hand to the low back to start. So sitting up tall, belly's in, draw that back shoulder back. And then we're just going to start to lean towards the toes. And you don't have to touch the toes. You're just going in that direction without drawing the back shoulder down, right? You want to lift up. Think my chest is shining up towards the ceiling as I continue to reach towards my toes. You could also think the inside here, the rib cage on the inside, you're just pushing it in to push out. the opposite side and get a deeper stretch. We can stay here, or we could extend the back arm, big stretch for the arms, or turn the palm and bring it alongside the ears. Drawing the belly in, lift up, plant the back hand down, lift the arm up, nice half circle here. Exhale, draw the belly in as you come. Inhale, some people might want to press into their shin and lift their hips up, and then exhale, come down, but you can stay just seated. You don't have to lift up. And let's just do one more, maybe pause. And then come all the way down. This time, let's flex this extended leg, bring our fingertips in front, and slowly maybe walk our hands forward. Again, we can use our props here. We could bring our hands onto the props. Or some people might like to lower their forearms onto the block. Keep this foot flexed. Some people might not need the block. The forearms might come down. You might use the block to rest your head on. So you want to keep these toes flexed if you can. You're feeling that stretch, especially the inner thigh on this extended leg. But note any other place you feel sensation. There should never be pain. So you don't want to go too deep into the pose. Ease off if you need to. How's that breath? Long and even or short and choppy? If it's short and choppy, you're pushing yourself too far. Ease up. Come up a little higher. See if you can take a little pressure off. And then we're all going to come up, and we're going to just slowly switch sides. Sitting up nice and tall, the opposite side, hand on the inside of the leg, other hand to the low back. So sit up tall, draw that back shoulder back, and think, I want to shine upwards. I don't want to collapse down. So look up as we lean. Inside ribs, push them in a bit, making a little more C curve. And then if you want, extend the arm or bring it alongside your ear and just focus on that breath. Belly is in as you bring yourself up, plant that hand down, swing the other arm, inhale. Exhale, come back down. If you like, press into the shin and the palm, and then come back down. And this last one, maybe a little pause. And slowly come down. Flex your feet. Bring your fingertips in front and just tuck your chin in, or see how far you can come forward, or see with props or without props, can you lower down? Maybe you rest your head. Or maybe you just tuck your chin in and let your head be heavy. What feels good to you in this moment? Yeah, and then we're going to slowly bring it up. And let's bring this leg in. This time we're going to actually lift the knees up. Take the feet nice and wide. Bring your fingertips behind you for a little windshield wiper here. Dropping the knees from side to side. But when we drop these knees, we want to come into this 90-90 degree with the legs. Meaning, there's your hip, your knee, and your ankle. And it makes that 90-degree angle. Same with the other side, hip, knee, ankle. So just adjust your feet. You might have to take your feet wider apart, or maybe they have to come in a little closer. And this is really good for our hips. So great movement to do every single day. Going from side to side. So I'm going to drop to my right, and I'm going to pause. So to begin, I'm going to take a diagonal sort of angle here, and I'm going to focus on just allowing this back leg, for me it's my left leg, to gently press towards the mat. And feel this sort of internal rotation of my hip here. And sometimes, this is where I feel a lot of tension. You might feel that too. So the idea is to gently press it down and then just kind of soften as much as you can as you lean back. Now, some of you might be able to come down onto your forearms without your knee popping way off the mat. And you're welcome to do that. For me, I'm going to stay on my hands. Just a few breaths here, and then we're going to bring ourselves up, keeping feet flexed, keeping 90-degree angles. I'm going to bring my hands in front of my knee, or my shins, my right shin. And this, you may invite some props. You might lower your forearms onto a block. Or you might get those forearms onto the mat. And again, you might use the block for your head. So we are leaning on this right hip. This is called deer pose in yin yoga. It's got a similar sort of idea as pigeon in our yoga practice. But in pigeon, we like to be squared off. Here we're leaning on the one hip, but we're still getting that stretch into that outer hip buttock area. So you can experiment. Do you want to be closer to your knee? That might be a little easier. Do you want to move a little bit more into the center or closer to your foot and see how that feels? There should be absolutely no pain in your knee. Just relax the jaw, the shoulders, relax your arms. And then slowly lift yourself up. Bring your fingertips behind. We'll do a couple windshield wipers from side to side before we go to the other side. And maybe you notice how you feel. Maybe something feels different. And then we'll go over to the other side, starting with that sort of diagonal line here, where I'm gently allowing my back leg, for me, it's my right leg, to gently press towards the mat as I lean back. And then I try and soften. So I notice I'm just kind of clenching. I want to relax. Relax the entire leg, relax the glutes. And then we're going to bring ourselves up as we come into this deer pose. Again, bringing your hands. Maybe you bring your block with you. You could stay on your hands and just face your shin. Or you could come down onto your forearms with the prop or without it. We could rest our head down, or again, we could just let our head dangle, or some people might stack their fists and rest their head onto their fists. And you might start closer to your knee here and take a few breaths. You might feel your body open up. You might move more towards the center of the shin. Again, we want to stay in that 90-90 position, which means we're flexing our feet at the same time. You might move a little closer to your foot. And then we're going to slowly bring ourselves up. Bring those fingertips behind you. A couple more windshield wipers side to side. And then extend those legs nice and wide. They don't have to be as wide as mine. They could be much closer. Just make sure they're wider than your hips. And we'll just wiggle around. You might start with your fingertips behind you and just tilt forward. You might need to sit on a rolled up towel or blanket to help you do that. And then you might be able to bring your fingertips forward. Try and keep those feet flexed. And again, you might want your props, right? You might take your block. Maybe you can get your forearms to rest on your block. Maybe your forearms come down and again, your head rests. Or maybe today we just let our chin tuck in and our head be nice and heavy. And sometimes I like that variation just because I can feel like a nice pull along my spine. But just because I can get down on my forearms doesn't mean you have to. You could be way up high and let your chin tuck in. And still feel that nice stretch along the spine, along the legs, the inner leg line. And then we're going to walk ourselves in and we're going to bring our legs in. And then we have some options. So I'm going to bend my right knee. Now you can either just let that knee come out to the side, so a half butterfly, and you can round your spine forward. Or if it's available, you're going to cross the knee on top of your bottom knee. And that's not always available for everybody. So if this doesn't work, if you're really awkward, then just let it drop out on the inside of the leg. And then again, we're just going to round forward. For here, I just want to sort of let my body just round inwards, let my chin tuck in, and then I'm just going to relax this bottom leg. With the top leg on top of the bottom leg, you're going to feel quite a lot of sensation for this leg. And again, if it's too much, bring the foot on the inside and round forward. And we want to lengthen ourselves up. And we're going to plant this foot down. And again, it could be here on the outside of the leg, or it could be on the inside of your leg. We're going to do a twist. Place for me, it's my right hand behind me. You want to hug the knee towards you. Draw that belly in as you twist. You twist and look behind you. Slowly untwist, and let's go to the other side. So for me, bending the left knee, I could let it drop out to the side, or I'm going to cross it over my leg, bringing the foot towards my hip, let the knee just lay on top of the bottom knee. And then I'm just going to allow myself to round forward and tuck my chin in. And then everything else, just relax. No need to flex the foot. Come inwards, close your eyes, focus on your breath and how your body feels in this shape. Maybe you notice your body is opening up. And we're going to slowly bring it up. You're going to plant this foot down, either on the inside or the outside. Your hand goes behind you. We're hugging the knee towards you. Draw that belly in and twist, twist, twist. You can hug the elbow or just the hand, your choice. Maybe you're looking behind you if your neck lets you. And then we're going to slowly release, uncross, and we're going to come into a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. I'm going to take my little folded up towel and I'm going to sit on the edge of it just so I can tilt my pelvis forward and my knees lower and I lengthen my spine. And we're going to tuck our chin towards our chest and slowly trace the chin over to one shoulder and then bring it down and over to the other shoulder. And we're going to lift that head up. And I'm going to take my left hand behind my back and I'm going to tilt my right ear down. And then I'm going to take my right hand on the side of my head. And this is optional. And you want to be very gentle. And then we're going to tilt the chin down, hand behind the back of the head. And then slowly release. Other side. Now it's my right hand goes behind my back. I'm going to tilt my left ear down and my left hand on the side of my head if that feels comfortable. Very gentle pressure. And then turn the chin down, hand to the back of the head. And then slowly release. And we're going to wind our shoulders back. And that is the end of our great big yoga bite today. I highly encourage you to click on the video for Shavasana and come into a nice complete Shavasana after that relaxing restorative type of practice. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this longer practice. Have a lovely day. Namaste.